Okay, so this is for January 2022, just an overall view of the month. There's quite a few things happening, quite a few significant things. And so starting off with a new moon, and that's going to happen on the 2nd. And so you can see moon is just about to come up here and it is 12 degrees Capricorn. So what's really nice here is we got the Venus really close by. It's retrograde, but it's still Venus, and so it's nice and soothing. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I recommend while Venus is here, doing any rehab on your knees or any kind of weight bearing exercises as rehab. That's a really good time right here. But overall, we're also combined with Pluto and Mercury. So we got like a lot of Capricorn here. So it is Capricorn season. So structure, routine, that's a big reason why a lot of people make those New Year's resolutions here. Capricorn likes to have a plan and have a goal here. What's also nice here is that Jupiter has just moved into Pisces. So this is like a big sigh of relief here. Jupiter rules Pisces, so it's very relaxed and calm here. It naturally grows your inclination to higher ideals and connecting with humanity and the universe and having that more of a spiritual path. So that's always nice to have that reminder here. So that's happening right near the new moon. What is a little bit of a challenge is these first few days, Jupiter is square to the nodes here. So you can see here 1 degree and 0 degrees. So it's about to go to 1. These nodes are finishing up. They go backwards and they're finishing up Sagittarius and Gemini. So it gets this last big square here before it changes signs. So that idealism I just talked about, it's gonna be more likely to expand because Jupiter is expand in another week or so after the beginning of the year. So the first week, not great, not as much hope as we usually have, but it is coming. We just have to get through this square here. It's getting our ideals are getting pressured and stressed. So as we move on to January 8th, we got the Sun and Venus coming together. Over the course of the year, Venus came up, conjoined Sun last year, passed it, then went back, and then came back here. So it's getting ready to go direct at the end of the month. So enjoy this kind of a new Sun-Venus cycle for relating and being better at relationships, especially structuring time and, creating stability in relationships because of Capricorn. And so I'm going to bring up now on the 11th, Mars is going to square Neptune. So this red line here, you see that square? So it's a right angle. If you draw a right angle like that, 90 degrees. So Mars and Neptune, they can bring some challenges, especially when they are in a square. So Mars and Sagittarius, Neptune and Pisces, it kind of can overstimulate Neptune. Neptune is more hazy and mysterious, and Mars kind of stirs things up and kind of speeds things along. So a challenge here with Mars to Neptune and really kind of challenging any kind of spiritual notion with more logical philosophy here. So belief systems being challenged here. We move along and we get to Mercury going retrograde. So it's the first one of the year. We're halfway into the month and at 10 degrees, just shy of a square to Uranus here. So they're both technically 10 degrees, but they don't become exact. They get really, really close. Mercury square Uranus, and of course, it's really close to Saturn. So this is kind of going to bring up some challenges that you had from last year. You know, the world is divided, and so this is going to kind of aggravate that. Mercury coming up to retrograde and rehash some things from last year. So the establishment and the upstarts are clashing, and it's going to be hard to communicate about it. Mercury's going to go backwards, so we gotta rethink on how we communicate these things. And then when it goes direct, it will come around and conjunct Saturn, and it'll be an easier time to communicate. Now we have the annual Sun conjunct Pluto here, and it's nice that Venus is still nearby, so that is a little bit of help here. The Sun and Pluto. So Pluto tends to reveal things. The Sun shines light. So along with Venus here, this could be some kind of relating issue, some kind of hidden agenda coming to light, or some kind of motive being revealed here. Especially that will happen also when Venus conjuncts Pluto for the last time. So that only lasts for a day here because the sun moves 1 degree every day, then it'll move on. Now we have the full moon, moon opposite sun. So it's about 27 degrees, Cancer moon, full moon. So it's definitely much more of a motherly vibe here. We definitely need that kind of nurturing vibe because we still have this square here. So moon rules Cancer, so that's that strong nurturing vibe here. Doesn't get a lot of help though. Everyone wants the nurturing, but there's not a lot of help elsewhere. Mars is quincunx, so it's not in a direct relationship. Also Saturn in a quincunx here. So on either side, not directly affecting, so not really helping. So it's okay to feel that need for that nurturing and more caretaking, but it probably will come later in the year. The next day, the signs of the nodes change. So here we are, they're moving backwards. Now they're at 29 degrees, Taurus and Scorpio. So this is definitely, the Taurus kind of lines up with the energy of the North Node, Scorpio with the South Node, because Scorpio is elimination and detoxing, secreting, releasing, and that's what the South Node is, purging, letting go. Taurus is about consuming and taking in, using the senses to take things in. And being in the North Node, there's going to be a lot of desire for that, more sensations, more feeling here. So it's good to be aware of this. Be careful of what you're consuming, whether it's time on your screen, whether it's food or drinking. You got to make sure what you're putting in can come out easily. So that's physically and literally, metaphorically and physically. Scorpio likes to release and eliminate. So think about that polarity. The next day, we have Sun in Aquarius. So that's when the official Aquarius season starts. It's always around January 20th. So we're shifting gears now, more of an Aquarius, more of a intellectual, logical look at getting things done and problem solving here. Not just goal oriented, but working for humankind, working for humanity is more the humanitarian Aquarius. Whereas what we just came out of was Capricorn, and it was more like getting ahead, getting status, reaching those goals. Make sure you come back for my video about health health and wellness for the Aquarius season. I'll put that up around January 20th. So as Mercury goes retrograde, it conjuncts the sun. And then after it goes direct and comes back, it will conjunct again. So this is the retrograde one. It is closest to the sun at this point, between the sun and the earth in this retrograde position. And it's very close to Saturn. So it's not exact, but it's definitely co-present. So definitely, and Saturn rules Aquarius. So Saturn performs well here. So it makes you, definitely gives you a framework to work within. So talking about humankind and humanity, it's definitely more rehashing of that planned, using the structure you have to help humanity here. That's kind of what that's saying here. Mars is just about to change signs. The next day, we got Mars in Aquarius. Mars enjoys being in Capricorn. Capricorn gives that structure to Mars's fast, go, 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 get it done kind of energy. So you can get a lot accomplished with Mars and Capricorn here. So this starts the conjunctions of Venus and Mars. They're usually together a lot this year. So Venus is so slow. Mars comes along, catches up, and then Venus will stay still. Mars has moved on, and then Venus is going to turn back around and catch up again to Mars. So kind of doing a little dance back and forth. So you can work on relationships with this. It's not going to be easy, especially because Venus is in Saturn's sign. Saturn rules Capricorn, and Venus not really thrilled to be here, especially with Mars coming up, but she's going to do her best. We have this Mercury Pluto conjunction. So what I talked about revealing things, this may be when something actually is verbally released or revealed. Somehow it comes out in the communication, that hidden agenda. This is when it comes out, right around here at the end of January. And then we got Venus going direct. So hanging out at 11 degrees, pretty much barely moving here. That's why Mars can catch up. So we still got this cluster of Capricorn because Mercury came back and now we got Venus and Mars. So we are technically in Aquarius season, but it's still very Capricorn right here at the end of the month for a couple of weeks here into February. So Saturn is about to join up with the sun, but that happens next month. And so that is good for structure because this is going to rule, all of this is going to rule over this Capricorn energy. So hopefully we can get all this goal orientation headed towards helping humanity here. Hopefully we can do that. Jupiter can give us the vision, and all these planets here can get it done. We finish up the month with another new moon. So the beginning of the month we had a new moon, and at the end of the month we have a new moon. So that's for new beginnings, new starts. It's really close to Saturn now. So like I talked about, all this structure here, all this concern for humankind, these need to work together here. New moon is a perfect time to start a project like that. The new moon plan, definitely good for Saturn and Aquarius with a lot of Capricorn planets. So that takes us to the end of the month. I hope you have a good January and come back for February, and I'll do another overview, and also I'll have that Aquarius season health and wellness. Bye, see you soon.